Joining me now is the founder and CEO of Check a Vet, Michael Carmichael. And Michael, I wanted to have you on the program the day after to remind people that when Memorial Day hits, when Veterans Day hits, when anniversaries of the beginning of wars or the ends of wars hit, pretty much any of those types of things can trigger a veteran or active duty who has that PTSD, who lost that battle buddy right next to him or her. And I feel like we all say thanks and shake that battle buddy's hand on Veterans Day, on Memorial Day, but we forget about the mental torment they're going through. And now this week especially, they're going to be reliving and thinking about that battle buddy they lost, right, on the field of battle. And now more than ever, we better reach out and, as you say, Michael, check on a vet.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, if I could start from the beginning with what you were saying, the politics of veteran suicide. I've been begging somebody from the left to reach out and interview me. In fact, our publicist has been grinding at it with absolutely zero response.
Wow.
So is this a political thing? Kind of feeling like it to me. So second, you had a number of 30,177. Unfortunately, that's not even close to being accurate.
I figured.
That's out of a study that was done by Brown University, and buried in the middle of it, it was a theologian that was kind of, in my opinion, writing outside of his wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So, but buried in it is this caveat that these are only post 9/11 era veterans. So those are only veterans that joined after September 11th.
Mm-hmm.
So, but sadly, that's the number that's out there when you Google it. The real VA number is, if you go to the appendix and look at it in the report, it's 133,867.
Did you hear that
you
number, folks?
consider...
Hold on, Michael. I want people to hear that again. This is since 9/11 in 23 years, over 130,000 veterans and active duty have killed themselves. Did you hear that number? Over 130. Go ahead, Michael.
But tragically, I don't think that's even close to the number, because you look at studies like Deep Dive, University of Alabama, American Warrior Partnership, and Duke University. They assess that the VA's number is more than 2.4 times underreported.
Whoa.
Dan, that puts the number at over 306,000. So when I hear somebody say one is one too many, you're absolutely right. We've only lost 7,000 veterans, or 7,000 combat troops and contractors combined in combat since September 11th. Like, are you kidding me? That's more than, 20 times? So,
right.
America, we have to do something, and it's got to start with you. Take an active role in your veterans' lives.
Well, I'll tell you, Michael, I'm doing simple math on my phone really fast. And we always see the bumper stickers, the T-shirts and whatever saying the 21, right? 21 a day, 21 a day. You and I had that. Yep, you and I had that discussion. It's more like 40 a day. So I did the math on 21 a day since 9/11, 365 days a year, 21 years. That's 169, we'll round up, 170,000. If it's 40 a day, it's 296. Like you said, it's 300,000. So folks, I don't care what it is. It's either between 169,000 or 300,000 dead veterans since 9/11. And we were in two endless wars for what, 21 and a half and 20 years. So, and you still have Vietnam folks that are dealing with the tragedy that have killed themselves. So yeah, those numbers are staggering. And if regular day average Americans can't take a few seconds or minutes out of their day to check on a vet, because you wouldn't even have that damn freedom to call that vet on your fancy little iPhone and say, how you doing today? If it weren't for their sacrifices, then don't call yourself a patriot. I'll throw you under the bus right now. Reach out this week. Michael, how can they help you with your mission of checking on vets in your charity?
So currently we have a program called Team Room. And this is all about bringing veterans together in a peer-to-peer support group at the community level. If you read the studies, everybody seems to be in agreement that that approach will work. But why isn't anybody doing it? Beyond that, Team Room is going to be free and anonymous for veterans. If we had paired up with the VA, well, the VA is going to want every name of every veteran that was in part of the program. So if you could donate, please, to Operation or to checkavet.org, then we're going to spend that money on the data collection. We've already got the program, but we need to get it started. let's start making a difference at the community level.
Yeah.
So this program was written by 5 PhDs, stamped off with approval by President Trump's last Secretary of Defense, Chris Miller, and is all we need is funding. But don't worry, I'm not going to wait for your funding. We got to start saving lives now. So as much as I can, I'm going to start. But we need your help. This is going to be a proof of concept. It's going to be an investment in veteran suicide. So it was Senator Rand Paul looked at this plan. He endorsed it. Mitch McConnell endorsed it. James Comer endorsed it. But I really love what Senator Rand Paul said in his letter of support. This is so fiscally responsible because we're building a program, and then my intent is to partner with the VA, or correction, not the VA, the American Legion and the VFW. Think about it, Dan. Those are 2 organizations that span every community in America.
Yeah.
That's our army. That's our army.
And
So
those people,
help
no
us
offense
do
to the
this proof
VA.
of concept.
Yeah, and no offense to
Right.
the VA, because I know they do great work at some hospitals, but we've also heard nightmare stories from other hospitals. But a lot of vets, matter of fact, I got a lifetime membership to VFW for speeches and publicity and whatever I've given over the decades, so I can walk into any VFW in the country and I'm a member. And you're right, there's always guys and gals there from every war, and they know the bartender, they know the Legion or VFW leader, they know their staff there, and they know one another. It's much more community than it is dealing with the federal government and the VA. And if you want to get outreach, I think that's a great plan, is going through Legions and VFWs versus working with the VA, who we know not all vets are happy with. I'm going to end with this, Michael. I'll put a plea out for you because I'm very upset to hear what you said at the beginning of this interview. So CNN, MSNBC, the big 3, ABC, NBC, CBS, any of you liberal media out there, New York Times, whatever, if you actually care about the country, you care about veterans, why don't you do yourself a favor, book Michael Carmichael or others like him that are doing things to help put an end to veteran suicide. What are you scared of? Why won't you discuss it? Michael, as always, God bless you, folks. Michael Carmichael, CEO, founder of Check a Vet.
Thank you so much, Dan. And I might add, CBS has actually reached out to us. They want to do a huge piece on us. So
okay,
please take CBS off your list.
CBS, thank you.
I don't want to get voted off the island.
Now let's get the rest of them to do it, because again, there should be no politics involved in helping veterans. God bless you, Michael. Take care, brother. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Dan. So nice to be on your show again.
Yep.